Three teachings of one origin. How are Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism different? Greetings, dear listeners, to turn inward. The three teachings of one origin, Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism, sometimes abbreviated as No, Tao, Thick, are the three prominent philosophical systems that have shaped 5,000 years of Chinese culture. Although Buddhism originated in India, it shares many perspectives on human life with Confucianism and Taoism. Thus, after being introduced to China, Buddhism was slightly adapted to align with local culture. As a result, these three philosophies are often grouped together and referred to as the three teachings of one origin. The term one origin implies that these three systems fundamentally stem from the same root. While Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism all teach people to live in accordance with moral principles, heavenly order, and harmony with nature, there are also many differences among them. The challenge is that if asked how these three philosophies differ, many people might find themselves at a loss. The purpose of this video is to provide, in a concise manner, both a broad overview of all three philosophies and a clear distinction between their respective doctrines. So, how do Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism differ? First, Confucianism. Confucianism, also known as Kongyao, Confucianism in English, is a philosophical system passed down by Confucius, whose real name was Ho, courtesy name Trongni, a native of the state of Lo, now Shandong Province, China. The hallmark of Confucian thought lies in teaching people to live according to moral virtues outlined in the 3 bonds and 5 constants and the 3 obediences and 4 virtues. The 3 bonds refer to the 3 primary relationships in ancient times: ruler and subject, father and son, husband and wife. Accordingly, those in superior positions, ruler, father, husband, have the duty to care for and love those below them, subject, son, wife, while those below must respect and obey those above. The 5 constants are 5 virtues every person should possess: benevolence, humanity, righteousness, justice, propriety, respect for others, wisdom, intelligence, and fidelity, keeping promises. The 3 obediences and 4 virtues are the moral codes that women were expected to follow. The 3 obediences are: first, before marriage, a woman must obey her father. Second, after marriage, she must follow her husband. Third, if her husband passes away, she must follow her son. The 4 virtues are: first, diligence and skill in household work. Second, proper appearance and beauty. Third, gentle speech. And fourth, a virtuous and gentle character. Overall, we can see that Confucian thought is somewhat rigid, with numerous rules and formalities. Additionally, Confucianism places great importance on the concept of Tianmen, mandate of heaven, meaning divine will or fate. In Confucian thought, the ruler is seen as heaven's representative governing the nation, and therefore must be absolutely obeyed. However, if the ruler fails to act in accordance with the 3 bonds and 5 constants, they are no longer deemed worthy of their position. Second, Taoism. Taoism, also known as Laozi, Taoism in English, is a philosophical system passed down by Laozi and Zhuangzi, sometimes referred to as the Lao-Zhuang philosophy. To this day, no one has definitively identified who Laozi was, only that he lived during China's spring and autumn period, born approximately 20 years before Confucius. Zhuangzi, a hermit living in the mountains, adopted and developed Laozi's teachings. The core of Taoist philosophy is encapsulated in Laozi's Tao Te Ching, a text of 81 chapters and about 5,000 words. Though concise, it has resonated deeply with both Eastern and Western philosophers. Taoist thought generally emphasizes the principle of Wu Wei, loosely translated as non-action or doing nothing. This is a key distinction between Taoism and Confucianism. While Confucius advocated a proactive approach, meaning one should act on what needs to be done, Laozi and Zhuangzi encouraged restraint in action, as human interference disrupts the natural cycle of self-generation and self-destruction in the universe. Taoism promotes becoming one with the universe rather than seeking to control or dominate it, as Confucianism and certain Western philosophies might advocate. Buddhism is a philosophical system with immense influence, not only in the past, but also in the present day. A testament to this is the growing wave of Buddhism in Western countries, embraced by many communities. When it was first introduced to China, Buddhism profoundly shaped the nation's cultural and intellectual landscape. Originating in India, though some sources suggest its roots may lie in Nepal, a small country between China and India, Buddhism traces back to Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Shakyamuni Buddha. Born a prince of the wealthy and powerful Shakya clan at the age of 29, he renounced his family and opulent lifestyle to embark on a quest for enlightenment. He traveled far and wide, from the Himalayas to the Ganges River, and after many arduous journeys, he attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, realizing the truths that became the foundation of Buddhist teachings. At its core, Buddhism revolves around two key doctrines: the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. The Four Noble Truths are the four realities about human existence that the Buddha realized. First, the truth of suffering. Life is full of suffering, and throughout their lives, people endure birth, aging, illness, and death, filled with pain and upheaval. Second, the truth of the cause of suffering. Suffering arises because people harbor greed, anger, and ignorance and have not yet attained enlightenment. Third, the truth of the cessation of suffering. People can end their suffering. Fourth, the truth of the path. To end suffering, one must follow the middle way, also known as the Noble Eightfold Path. The Noble Eightfold Path consists of, first, right view, having correct knowledge and understanding. Second, right intention, maintaining pure and righteous thoughts. Third, right speech, speaking truthfully, avoiding lies and harmful words. Fourth, right action, doing good deeds and avoiding evil. Fifth, right livelihood, respecting all life. Sixth, right effort, persistently striving against unwholesome habits of thought, speech, and action. Seventh, right mindfulness, focusing on the present moment. Eighth, right concentration, keeping the mind calm and serene. Additionally, Buddhism is widely known for two doctrines: karma, cause and effect, and reincarnation. According to some sources, the concept of reincarnation actually originated in Brahmanism, also known as Hinduism, which predates Buddhism by 10,000 years. Although Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism all emphasize teaching noble virtues such as integrity, benevolence, and living in harmony with nature, there are significant differences among them. While Taoism advocates wu-wei, non-action, non-interference, and detachment from worldly matters, in the eyes of Confucians, such a reclusive lifestyle does not contribute much to society, which is the central focus of Confucianism. Buddhism, on the other hand, emphasizes letting go and liberating oneself from worldly attachments. When comparing the doctrines of these three philosophies, it is easy to see that Taoist principles are relatively abstract, while those of Confucianism and Buddhism are more concrete and practical. Dear listeners, the purpose of this presentation is to help you understand the simplest differences between Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism. As such, it lacks detailed specifics. Turn Inward has produced many videos about Buddhism, but not yet about Confucianism and Taoism. In the near future, our team will create more content on Confucianism and Taoism to provide deeper insights. If there are any shortcomings in this video, we sincerely welcome your feedback in the comments section.